Yeah, here we go. Welcome to Movies Arena for April 2023. Wahoo! I'm Mario. Just kidding. It's George. Hello. Hi there. Welcome to Movies Are Real for the month of April 2023. I'm here with Ryan Lance.
I am Renfield.
Ryan Lance, congratulations, by the way, on somehow landing every writing job in the United States right now. So good job with that.
I don't know how I did it.
Yeah, weird.
It's crazy.
And I was like, I heard something about a strike, but I'm sure there's no reason that would have. Yeah.
No. I got a lot of ideas. Hollywood's really ready for them about now.
We can use AI or we could use this guy Ryan.
It's like I got an idea for a sequel to The Great Gatsby, and yeah, it involves Morbius. Sodi was foaming at the mouth at that idea.
Carrie Lyles, how are you, Carrie?
I'm doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same exact movie, except Nick Carraway is replaced with Morbius. Everything else plays out borderline the same.
That sounds totally cool.
I know, right?
Hello there, everybody. We're here to talk about the films that released in April 2023. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit on this list here, folks. And if you couldn't have guessed by my wonderful impersonation, the Mario movie came out, and that is our first movie to talk about, the Super Mario Brothers movie. A movie that I'm convinced was, I don't know what else you would call the Mario movie, but I feel like there is an SEO sabotage here that Nintendo did. It was like, when somebody types in the Super Mario Brothers movie on Google, that old movie has not a shot in hell of hearing.
It's big how like an old person would like Google something.
Yes.
Oh, what was the Super Mario Brothers movie? Oh, there we go.
Yeah. No, nothing.
What was it? The Super Hornio Brothers? What was that again?
The directors of this, I forgot. Oh man, they worked on. They're new to They're not Illumination folks. They're not. But anyways, I had something I was gonna say and I forgot what they were gonna say to the directors. But anyways, Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Jack Black, Charlie Day, Keegan. Everybody knows. All the stars are here. Seth Rogen, Fred Armisen, the weakest link of this cast, I'm gonna say, but we'll get into that. Yeah, this movie came out.
And also, it made $1 billion. Very, very cool.
Also, it's available to watch digitally already, right now.
I mean, that's just the world we live in now.
It is a little, I don't know, I think everybody was caught up. Maybe it's just because gamers don't watch a lot of movies, but I feel like a lot of people were taken aback that I was like, oh, you can watch it at home now?
Yeah.
Whereas it's like, it's a kid's movie, and it's like the summer, it's going to get busy. There's not enough screens with like Spider-Man and Fast 10 and Elemental.
It's a good way to let Elemental is coming out. Yeah.
I know he's gonna bomb, bro.
It will. All Disney movies now bomb and then like blow up the moment they're put on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Also, that movie looks stupid.
Was that a movie of May, Carrie?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's the first week of June.
Okay, cool. Great. Good job, Carrie.
Thank you.
But yeah, this movie's been in production for like a long ass time, and it had that infamous reveal in Well, first it was like the reveal, like, hey, we're working on a Super Mario Bros. Movie with, and everyone was like, hold their breath, like, ooh, who's it gonna be? Illumination. Oh, the Minions guys.
Chris Son.
And then it had that infamous, Nintendo Direct reveal of the cast, and I think people had to have like known that they were gonna cast like celebrities in this movie.
I think it's the fact
that's just the nature of these types of animated movies.
It was really like it was like nobody. The fact with Nintendo is that nobody at Nintendo has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
So nobody picked up the fact that you picked up their script. What's it called with like when someone's casting and they have like their little
call sheet.
Their call sheet photo next to Mario, Chris Pratt, in the comedy of Shigeru Miyamoto saying Chris Pratt. Mario.
Yes.
Nobody realizes how insane that is without context. It's like clickhole like.
It doesn't help that that photo's like the one black and white.
Yes, exactly. Where he's all like looking really like I don't know what
absurd and serious. It's
like Abercrombie and Finch, motherfucker.
It was very bizarre. And then the movie came out, and it's
a movie.
People love this movie.
Ryan, what do you think of this movie?
I think at its best, it's mediocre, because it's fascinating where like it's a movie where it feels like all of like the breathing room was like cut like horribly. So it's just go 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 go.
Yes.
It's big like I've never watched Coco Melon. I have friends with children who are like, oh kids, this is like cocaine. It's just like lights and sounds and like effects that just like stimulate their brains. Like this feels like that. It just feels like
a baby sensory video.
Yes, it's like sensory overload. Except Mario's also there, and there's the occasional like video game music thing to have all the nerds be like, oh my god, that's the score from Super Mario Galaxy 2. That was a little bit of like Shaggy Doo about to come right there, which I'm not a fan of, but whatever. But it's
yeah, me neither.
But the movie, the gist is, you know, Mario and Luigi are plumbers. They have their own plumbing business in actual Brooklyn, and then they go to the fantastic world of Mushroom Kingdom by complete accident, I believe. They just go through a pipe underground, and then there's this whole crazy adventure they go on where Mario has to go save his brother Luigi from the evil Bowser because he took a wrong turn in the pipe, I guess, and that's, you know, whatever.
And Bowser wants to marry Peach.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like, the point being is like, they didn't try to make a giant epic out of this thing. I guess that's kind of what fucked them in the first Mario movie, I guess, right? So they're just like, Peach is kidnapped? Or not, Luigi's kidnapped in this one.
Yeah.
But Bowser still wants to marry Peach. That's the story. True. Done. That's it. That's
that's fine for like a simple like, because like that is true to the original source material, which had like nothing to begin with, and also that's the gist of like all Mario themes where Mario has to save someone and stop Bowser, and you know what can you really work with that? But I think where this movie lost me is how there's just no time to like really get to know like these characters, because they just feel like oh, it's Mario.
You know
what I mean?
It's Mario.
And it's like, oh, I do know Mario. You are correct. It's big interconnectivity where you just have to have that relationship to this material outside of the film itself to really understand or appreciate what it's doing. And if you don't, it's just like, oh, it's Mario.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I love Mario. Like I love Mario games. I've played like literally all of them. I'm a big fan, and it feels like it's a movie that should have been like for someone like me who like grew up with all this and is connected to all these things in the music. But like I watch it and it just feels like nothing.
Yeah.
It feels like it feels like when you're at a garage sale and you pick up like a Mario toy that was clearly like made in like another company where it's like, oh, it's Spario, and like the color's like slightly off. Like, oh, okay. Like it feels like a fake thing, and yet it's not.
Yeah.
It's a real product.
It's weird
out there and in the world that made $1 billion and is probably going to, you know, blow up video game adaptations again in like a crazy way.
I have thoughts, but Carrie, before I get into my thoughts, what did you think of this film?
As someone who has zero attachment to Mario at all and has never played a Mario game, I was like, what? I played like Mario Party and like.
You've never bought a Mario game and been like, I like this. You've always been like.
Well, you played Super Mario Brothers.
No, she hasn't. I know this because I forced her to play Mario Maker once, and she and like it was crazy because like I've never experienced someone who like holds a 2D Mario. Like, what do I do?
You're like the one person who saw the Tetris movie and is like, I never even heard of Tetris. Whoever reviewed that was at the New York Times. It was like, anyways.
But yeah, I've had this conversation with you because like it's crazy. But like yeah, you and that's also a lot of people like they. Mm-hmm. Their experience with Mario is playing Mario Party and Mario Kart.
Yeah, I never had my own video game system when I was a kid, so I would play the party games that my friends would have at sleepover. So I played like the fighting one, the Smash
Brothers.
And I played Mario Kart and I've played Mario Party, but I've never played like
Mario.
I am Mario and I have a mission.
Yeah, that's the part he always has a mission.
I don't know. But yeah, so with that context, I watched this and I was like, this is a baby movie for little babies, and I got 0 from it. Even though it like looks nice, I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care at all.
That's the best thing about it, I think, is like seeing Mushroom Kingdom assets in like high definition.
And that's nice, but you don't you don't get a chance to really soak that in because it's such a quick movie. Yeah. It's like it's trying to get over with.
It's a movie that feels it's made by it feels made by committee. Like it's just like this is a product. Like And
it feels like Nintendo was more about like making the characters look and act the way that they envision it, and like, well, this is the movie people stuff. Illumination definitely understands film structure. Yeah. Which maybe they do. I don't.
Despicable Me 2 is all right.
I saw the first Despicable Me in high school on like Spanish class. Like, we're gonna watch it in Spanish. It's like, okay, this is definitely the way I should first experience this movie.
Did they redub the Minions?
Or I have no idea. I do not remember it like one bit. Yeah.
Anyways, I think that's all we have to say, right? There's not much else to say this movie unless you.
No, I just.
It's just kind of nothing.
I just don't understand the feverish nature of everyone.
I don't get it either.
Being like, I love
the music. The original music is great. It's really good. That's probably the best like quality substantive thing.
Yeah, but it's also like balanced with like just the most generic music picks.
Right.
Which is like, let's play Take On Me and Don't Sleep Till Brooklyn and Mr. Blue Sky. And it's like, this is the most like generic like film stuff.
It made me think of Suicide Squad. I was just like, was this edited by a trailer company?
That is probably what happened.
It's why I couldn't appreciate all the Easter eggs, because it's like, it just feels like by committee, where it's like, we gotta have the fucking Famicom disc thing for the fucking nerds, and it's like.
Oh, and like another like thing is like, they're like, oh, we put in the cat suit. I was talking to my roommate's friend, and she was like, he put on a cat suit, and I was so fucking confused.
Me too. I was like, the Super Mario 3D world.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
And that game did very well on Switch.
On Switch,
so
yes, but it's still weird. It's still weird
for like the people who don't like really. It's like, okay, the first like big power up is the cat suit.
It's like if Monita from fucking Nintendo World showed up. I was like, okay, sure.
All right.
Anyways, it's a film. It's a series.
It is a feature film.
It is a series of images you can watch together. Mm-hmm. Anyways, Jack Black. He did pretty good. Good job to him.
Jack Black, easily the best
part.
But I don't think anyone was doubting that.
No, he's committed to the bit.
He commits to like all of his movies and very especially like animated stuff, just because he has such an animated like quality to him, and they really just let him do whatever.
Yeah. So good job.
Good job, Mr. Jaculus Blackulus.
Renfield.
Hey.
Blah blah. Nicolas Cage, Nicholas Hoult, and Awkwafina, and Ben Schwartz.
Yeah.
Real quick. Ben Schwartz was nowhere in the marketing for this movie, right?
I had
no clues when he showed up. I was like, Sonic.
You think they'd be like, and Sonic the Hedgehog. So weird.
Anyways, Renfield, it's Dracula and Nicholas Hoult as like Dracula's servant, and Dracula is Nicolas Cage. Isn't that fun? And it's in the modern era.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally a Dracula for the modern era.
So here's a weird thing about this movie. People don't like this movie?
What the hell
is wrong with you?
I don't understand what people were getting
really
into.
Don't like this movie.
I was like, okay.
Because like the gist of this movie is just like, Renfield has been Dracula's servant for like years, and he's like, I hate this. And like it's a very like goofy comedy based off that. Mm-hmm. And I don't like, what are people's like issues with it if you've seen anything?
I don't know.
It's just that
I think it just feels like a movie at a time for people, and it's like.
I think people, a lot of the reviews I've been seeing of people just thinking it's not funny, which, whatever. That's up to your own interpretations, but I thought personally.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun.
I think everyone here loves vampire-based humor, and I feel like this movie does that very well.
Mm-hmm.
The joke that me and Carrie lost at was the fucking welcome mat. That's like, that's just like, come in, you are welcome, and he's like, oh my god,
that was so funny.
that is a genius joke.
And I think some people think that's hack.
Yeah.
And I was like,
How?
I was like, it's funny. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't know what people expect, but yeah, like I don't know. I loved all the goofy vampire humor. I loved how Nicolas Cage was going crazy.
I think Nicholas Hoult is a good sweet boy.
Yeah,
like
funny.
maybe because like the last thing I saw Nicolas Hoult in was when he was like Mean Man in the menu. But like, what a sweet, wonderful boy! Like my god, I love him so much. He is such a nice guy.
That's how I feel about Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
It also reminded me of Warm Bodies, a movie I completely forgot. And so I remember another movie where he was very pale.
Yeah.
Never seen that one, but there is a steelbook of it at Best Buy.
Okay. Oh, Ryan, this is a little bonus for the podcast. Ryan at Goodwill today bought a Best Buy media sampler disc, and he forgot to bring it so we could watch it while recording the podcast.
Oh, we could have watched that. That would have been so good.
Oh well, folks. You know, everybody.
Yeah, it has the best of upcoming movies, music, and games of 2003.
Such as Ang Lee's Hulk.
Yeah, that is on the cover, and I am so fascinated by whatever is on that disc.
Anyways, Renfield, pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I think it's fun.
It's very fun. It's just a nice time.
Yeah, like the only parts of it that I could see people like that I was like okay was a lot of Nicholas Holt's like voiceover stuff got a little
sure.
A little
You're probably
unnecessary.
wondering how I got here.
And stuff like that, and a part where he was like, "Oh, I was not expecting that to happen," and it's like, all right, relax.
And like I get that, but it is also like trying to be a sequel to like the 1930s Dracula, which has that, I believe. It's been so long since I doubt I've even seen the full thing. I've probably seen clips of it, but. Also,
there is a legitimate, like, they try to connect it to the original, which is admirable or interesting. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a very fun, nice movie, and I like it a lot. I don't care.
Also, Robert Kirkman produced this thing. I was like, oh, hey, Skybound's on. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Good movie.
And Ben Schwartz, great in it.
Oh, yeah, he's
so funny.
Yeah, he's good.
Very funny. He's very underappreciated for being the voice of one of the most famous characters in, like, modern history.
I was really glad when I saw a tweet from somebody who also saw Renfield. I was like, Ben Schwartz is in this movie, I guess? I was like, okay. Anyway.
And I do appreciate how, like, a lot of, like, the trailer, like, jokes that people didn't like just weren't in the movie at all.
Oh, that's right. The Postmates joke wasn't in the movie.
Wasn't in the movie at all.
Oh, right.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
Good job.
Again, somebody with a good, like, hey, we'll keep that in for the trailer, but cut that shit out of the movie.
Get that out of the fucking movie.
The Pope's Exorcist, folks. You're telling me the Pope has an exorcist, Carrie? Are you the only one who saw this?
Yeah. Unfortunately, because I don't remember it very well.
Dang.
It's been a long time. But from what I remember, there is this family that is moving into this big church, basically, to renovate it because their dad left it to them.
It's your problem now, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. But while they're there, there's this whole underground demon area, that happens to be in a lot of these old
churches, yeah.
Old churches.
And apartment complexes, apparently.
Everything's got a demon reservoir built in as like a failsafe. God. But
we as a society need to work on that.
But this movie is fun. It's fun because it's very much just one of those mid-tier exorcism movies that you get at least
basically
one of every year.
I don't know why it's such a big thing.
Because Russell Crowe put in the work. and tweeted that picture of him on his little Vespa every single day.
I like the parallels of like him on that Vespa and him behind the wheel in Unhinged.
Exactly.
I think there should be a crossover where Pope's Exorcist tried to exorcist the unhinged guy.
And my joke was that because at the end of the movie, after all the events, he like has to take in the demon for a second, but then he gets rid of it. I don't remember. It's fine. But my joke was that he moves to America and then the demon is still lying dormant within him, but then one day it breaks out and then he turns into the guy in Unhinged.
That is what would happen. Yes.
But yeah, this movie is fun. If you like the exorcism movies like I do, I like to go see them. And it's elevated just that much because you have Russell Crowe just delivering one hell of a performance and bringing a certain gravitas.
Doesn't do anything to like new or interesting in the exorcism type of...
Not really. I mean, not that I can remember, honestly.
It's not like the first female exorcist, aka Pray for the Devil.
It's a lot better than Pray for the Devil, I'll say that.
In like a film or like entertainment?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That is interesting.
Well, Pray for the Devil is probably a little wackier, but I had more fun watching this one because I like watching Russell Crowe more.
That is completely fair.
That might be sexist of me. But,
wow.
But
the first woman in your field, and Carrie Lyles, is
I'm like,
get out of here.
Get Russell Crowe in here.
Let's have one of the writers on Queen of the Damned and the Book Thief adaptation, the movie adaptation of the Book Thief, and Narnia: The Voyage of Dawn Treader.
Oh.
Yeah, that's say. Oh, and the guy also wrote on Charlie's Angels and Snake Eyes and Hercules. Oh, that Hercules movie was great. Anyways, is that all you can remember of Poke's This is scary.
It's very funny, and there's a part where a guy kind of like explodes into a like blood explosion, and that was great.
That's always fun.
I refuse to believe that the actual tagline for the movie was "Possession was only the beginning." I believe that has to be a letterbox little group
That's
thing.
awesome.
Anyways,
no, it's actually he can happen to anyone.
Oh.
Pope's Exorcist. Check it out, folks. Ryan, you saw Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always.
I did.
Which I supposed to be a celebration of Power Rangers.
This is so George, you and I are big fans, or at least watched the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I almost bought at Goodwill a DVD copy of Turbo Power Rangers movie.
Turbo is very bad.
It's very bad.
In a very nostalgic way, but like you have a connection with like that original.
Yes,
team,
I've run at least 4 or 5 miles last year on an elliptical to Power Rangers music. So.
Okay, that is fair. So this was supposed to be like a big, celebration and like a classic like reunion thing for that original cast. But like for one, like the Yellow Ranger died like 20 years ago. And like the movie is supposed to be dedicated to her.
Mm-hmm.
But then also the Pink Ranger and the Green Ranger both didn't want to be involved. And the Pink Ranger.
This is before Jason
David.
This is
before this film before he died.
Okay.
So
and Amy Jo Johnson was like, no.
She was like, I'm like 50. I'm not doing that.
Interesting. She was in the Power Rangers 2017.
I know. Same with Jason
David Frank. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting that they didn't like want to shell out money to like get them involved. And the Red Ranger, which I was interested in. They didn't have him involved because I guess he was involved in a, you might know more about this, George.
There was an incident. That's all I remember.
A COVID relief money scam he was involved in where he took some COVID relief money that he wasn't supposed to.
There was also multiple Red Rangers, so...
There's also been, but like the original one.
Oh, okay. I have no memory. Because there was either multiple Red Rangers in Mighty Morphin.
There were, there was like 3.
Yeah. But
like they wanted that first group. So they only got the Blue Ranger and the Black Ranger.
David Yost.
So
who's supposedly the one who was the biggest bitch, as I understand back in the day.
I think David Yost was like
And my biggest bitch, I mean, maybe he was arguing it, hey, you should pay us more. But
Oh,
as I
I
understand,
see.
he always wanted to be paid more, but maybe they spun that in like, this guy wants a living wage.
What an asshole.
He wanted to be paid more, and same with the Black Ranger. I can't remember his name, but also like during that time, you know, the Blue Ranger was gay and the Black Ranger
Also that, yes.
was black. So you know there was a lot of like racial treatment towards them that you know was not super cool. But it's fascinating that we have this reunion thing where the only Rangers with their masks off, like the other Rangers are there, but they don't talk and they're just in their suits, so it could be anyone.
They did get the second Pink Ranger. They got the Zeo Pink Ranger.
Yes, they got some backup ones from like other seasons to like fill in for like the ones who couldn't show up. But it's just a fascinating thing to have to go through with this reunion when
nobody showed up to the
third
party.
it's like I compare it to like that's like if they did the Friends reunion, but only Chandler and Paul Rudd showed up. Like Paul Rudd was in
Gunther.
Friends. Yes.
In Gunther, yeah.
I didn't
Gunther makes a cameo in that one.
I didn't play Mario and I never watched Friends.
But it's just like what are we doing here with this thing that's supposed to be like a cell? Like because it's called Once and Always. Because like, once you're a Ranger, you're always a Ranger. Most people did not show up to this, and it also sucks. It's also just not very good.
I also don't know why they...
And like maybe Power Rangers wasn't very good to begin with. Because it's not. It's bad and poorly written.
But you could definitely do something good if you try to do something good.
Oh yeah, no, but they did. I feel like they just tried to like do like the basic things.
They also shot it like the old shows, which is a choice, because it looks
a choice.
terrible.
It looks terrible. And also, Rita Repulsa, the actress who played her, also died, and she's just a robot.
In this one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
She's
Yeah,
Robo Risa or whatever.
Robo Rita.
And I think they just did like old lines for her or something like that. Which you know, that's even better. If more people died, like we could replace it with a robot. It's fine. But yeah, it just sucks, and I just don't understand why it exists.
Yeah, well, is that it?
There's a very weird scene where like a girl is like running and a guy's like, "Help! You need to help my boyfriend." And she's like, "I'll help your boyfriend because we're inclusive now," or something like that. And then like she saves him from
Stares deadpan into the camera.
From
My gay boyfriend.
My gay boyfriend needs help. He's like, "I'll help you."
I love helping gay boyfriends.
Yes, and it's like the one person they like save, and the whole thing is like in this like blank parking lot or something, and it's just like a bunch of and like the world is ending. And it's like I need you to help him. And it's like I will, and it's just they're saving it from his car. And there's a bunch of putties around him. It's like why are you so far away from it? It had been like a video game energy, like you know in Georgia when you run to an NPC, help my friend needs his help.
To be fair, again, this is how Power Rangers was shot.
It was.
But it's weird to do it again. Yeah. There's a bunch of guys in a circle just going.
That is true, but it's just again.
I was dancing for the audio listeners.
George was doing the big. If you know Power Rangers, you know how.
Yeah.
You know exactly what he just did.
Yes. But I don't know. It's a fascinating thing that's also terrible, and I never want to watch it again. That's all I got to say on that.
All right. There you go. Speaking of another movie I don't have a lot to say about, Suzume! Suzu Studio, directed by Makoto Shinkai of Your Name and Weathering with You, and that one lady who jumped through time.
Nope.
Yep. Isn't that not him? Oh, that was Belle. I keep doing this.
Belle was the lady who jumped through time.
Yeah. This is Garden of Words, man.
Yes, Garden of Words.
Anyways, so check this out. There's this door, right?
There's this door, right? Crazy.
Yeah. And there's this chair,
the
right?
door.
Oh my God, Ryan! What would? Okay.
So the gist is like Suzume is like small town. I guess she lives on like a small Japanese island.
Yeah.
And you know she as she's going to school, she like runs into like handsome stranger. And, like, he goes off going somewhere, and she's like,
whoa.
And she's like, whoa. And I think she's, like, curious as to, like, what he was doing. So
he's like, he's like, have you seen a door? Is what he asks her.
He's like, yes.
That way.
Gerald, I have seen a door before.
And then he was like,
but then she like trails him, and he's going to like this like abandoned area, and she sees like this door, like just like in the middle of somewhere, very mysterious and like weird. And she opens it, and she's like, "Oh, that's weird," and then she leaves. But she also picks up and like drops like a
rock thing.
a rock thing that was clearly like a talisman.
It turns into a
cat-like creature, yeah, that runs up. She's like, "Oh, that was weird," and then she leaves and goes back to school. And then she like looks out the window. There's like a giant billowy cloud of darkness emerging. She's like, "Oh crap! Can you guys not see this?" Like, "No, we can't see shit." She's like, "Oh crap in hell!" So she runs back and has to like stop the thing from coming out of the door, because like evil monster thing, and like handsome boy's there too. And they both like do it. They both close the door, and he's like, "Oh my god, that was a close one." But then Catman comes and he's like, "That was crazy. I don't like you, handsome man. You're a chair now."
Yeah. I'm gonna go open more of these doors.
Open
Sorry, these gates.
Yeah, these gates and messed up doors.
We gotta stop the cat. What's it? Do you remember what they call it?
I don't remember what they're called.
Okay.
What they call it.
To stop them from summoning the worm.
The worm, yeah. So basically, like, she goes on an adventure with Handsome Man, who's a chair now, a walking, talking chair. And they're running all across Japan, trying to stop the cat from opening gates and closing gates. And it's her running into, like, fun, unique situations and
with unique people, yes,
along the way. And I like that.
That was the best part. That was the best part.
It's a big, bold setup.
I love it.
Especially with the door thing, but it does give me like Ghibli vibes.
Yes.
Where she's just going on an adventure and meeting fun, weird people. And then there's also the overarching door and world stuff, which is interesting.
Don't worry about it.
But I like this a lot, actually. I need to watch it again, but it's very nice. It's a nice movie. It looks good.
I like how you skipped the part that I don't like. Well,
yeah.
Then it becomes a romance.
It does.
And I'm like, come on, man. Okay, so like they're just
with the chair.
With the chair.
Yes!
Again, they've met. They've had like.
There's no like she's blushing and like the chair blushes or something like that.
They had like 30 minutes where they've been people and they've been hanging out. And I guess that is it romantic that even though you're a chair, I love you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're my childhood chair that my dead mom made.
You're the childhood chair that my dead mom made that she carved out of I don't know what
wood.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was a special wood. I don't think it was.
I don't know. Special to her because her mom's dead.
But the point being, like when they're on this adventure, when they're meeting other people along the way, and it's all fun, like unique people. Like these people are like a hostess, and like I forget what the other ones were. There was the hostess. The hostess one was the biggest. Like, I love this so much.
The hostess was fun. There was a girl around her age that went to a different school.
There was the orange girl who collected oranges.
She collected, yes, that's
her.
the girl.
Loved that.
There was the chair guy's friend who was like
super hot guy, super hot guy.
He's got he was not.
Who's got the convertible?
He's got a convertible. Yeah. And he loves singing songs while he drives.
Yes,
nice
like really old timey, like Japanese. It's great, like road trip songs that we. It's great. And all this whole time, it doesn't feel like it feels like they're just becoming friends, not like romantically, but no, because it's one of these guys' movies. At the end of it, it's like it has to be like thing that'll end the entire world, but I love you so goddamn much, and I can't let go of you, so we have to like.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro.
And like that's nice. But this is the third movie in a row you've done that.
Exactly. It's the third time.
It's better than the last one where it's like I don't care about global warming.
Yeah.
I would have saved my boyfriend.
But it's only better because it makes no sense. Like they never explained the worm. They never explained the worm.
Why would they?
They never explained where the worm resides or why is it doors.
Only love could say it. The worm.
So that's my thing. And what does the worm do? It just plops on the ground and then causes earthquakes and then the water.
Are you glad there wasn't another Your Name like connected universe thing?
Well, they played one of the songs from Your. That's the only thing. One of the songs played on, but that's about it.
But no one sort of was like, oh man, I can't wait to do the events of Your Name. Because that's what happened at Weathering with You.
Yeah. So anyways, this is, again, it's gorgeous.
I do agree with you. I do get, like, tired.
I'm tired of this guy's thing.
I'm tired of... Well, I'm just more tired of, like, how it's always a romance.
It doesn't have to be a romance.
I like...
We can just be buddies. Remember that time you were a chair? That was crazy.
I like movies where people develop like a good friendship, and it's especially nice when it's they're different genders and all that. It's just fun. It's just a nice thing because those relationships can't exist and are very nice.
Yeah, the biggest thing I guess difference is that we're seeing stuff from the primarily. Well, I guess Your Name was equally split between the guy and the girl. But this one it's mainly through the eyes of the girl.
Yes,
who was the loveliest chair, I guess. But,
well, whatever.
Anyways,
it's a very nice movie and very pretty.
It's one of those. Check out Your Name. That's what I got.
Very good. I still want to rewatch that.
That's a good movie. Anyways, that's Suzume. Whatever. Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
All right.
Who saw this?
Am I the only one who saw this?
Yeah, I meant to. Are you chair, God?
Are you chair,
me,
God?
Margaret.
It's me, Suzume.
I don't know. Is that something?
This is directed by the same lady who did Edge of 17.
Oh wow! I was gonna say this is very Edge of 17 vibes.
That was
nailed it.
That was the reason I saw this because I had heard it was based on some young adult novels from like a long time ago. I mentioned this to my mom and she's like, "Why didn't you tell me you saw that? I loved those books as a kid." It's like, I didn't know. How would I know? But basically, the gist of this movie is Margaret is, a young girl around middle school age, and her mom was raised Catholic and her dad was raised Jewish, and they both have this thing where they don't want to put those specific values onto her. They want her to grow up and decide what path she wants to go on herself when she grows up. And there's conflicting things because the dad, who is played by Benny Safdie, who's great in this movie. He is great. His mom, who is Kathy Bates, who's also great. She nails the Jewish grandma so well. It's amazing. She definitely wants her to be part of that culture. Rachel McAdams is a great mom in this. She's wonderful. And she has kind of a strange relationship with her parents, but they really kind of force that Christianity on Margaret. And she's all conflicted on that. And then also, what I find interesting, and this is just because I grew up, with boy parts, is, she goes to this new town and she develops, a relationship with these new friends. And they're all really ecstatic about who's going to have their period first. Is this a thing? Okay.
I don't know. Not in my experience.
Not your experience? Because, they're all I cannot wait till I have my period.
They treat it like a pubic hair sort of deal?
I think so. Or, I guess for me it was oh, he has mustache hair. And, he's super zoomed in. There's, one time of it. Oh, my God, he's so cool. But, I didn't care about that at all. And I was oh, crap, my voice is weird. I have hair on my shoulders. Now, this is awful. Why would anyone want this? This sucks. But yeah, it's kind of balancing. I think my main thing is, it tries to balance the religious stuff with the puberty stuff. And, it does that mostly pretty fine, but it does kind of feel like she leaves to go off on this thing and then go back to this thing and then go back to this thing. And there's not a clear, there's not a branching these two ideas together. It's just two different things in her life that, that she's going through. But it's very nice. It's a very nice movie. I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, it looked good.
Very, very funny. Great performances from Safdie and Rachel McAdams. And the girl who plays Margaret is also very good as well. Just a nice movie all around. I don't know what to say. I don't think I like it as much as Edge of 17, but it's a 70s thing, and Edge of 17 is a lot more towards where culturally it was more where I was when I was that age. While this is very 70s. Tampons are I guess pads are huge, and it's Jesus Christ, those pads are huge. I'm not an expert, but that's giant. Oh my God. And that's all I got. That's what Ryan's got to say about women, about girls turned into women and having puberty and all that.
Completely unrelated, but this, I don't know how this, I think because it was a movie starring a young woman this reminded me of, and we talked about Super Mario Bros. Movie. The Super Mario Bros. Movie, I don't know if yours started with this, Ryan, but I got a trailer for Polite Society somehow. Have you seen that?
Oh, is that the Charlie Day movie?
I don't think so, no. But
who's in this?
Polite Society. It is sort of an action like Southeast Asia sort of like action movie. It was playing at the...
it's like kind of like Indian.
I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
Yeah.
Inspired.
I don't know what you're thinking.
I vaguely remember this because it's kind of like datey, but also we're doing big kicks.
Yeah. Anyways, I wanted to see that and I didn't see it. That's all I was gonna say. But I had no idea that existed until I got that ad during the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which is very weird.
Interesting.
Anyways, this was a big one, folks. Beau is afraid. Joaquin Phoenix, he's a little worried about stuff. He's a little scared about going out there into the wet and wild and messy world, folks. And Ari Aster is not going to make it easy for him. Director of Midsommar and Hereditary. How long? Midsommar was what, 2018, 17?
I think 18.
No. Yeah. I think
Hereditary was 17, and Midsommar was the next year.
I think Hereditary was 2018.
Oh.
But it's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah, Hereditary is 2018, so Midsommar was 2019.
Oh, okay.
And as I understand, Ari Aster did Hereditary and Midsommar sort of back to back. So this is a big deal for his next movie. Joaquin Phoenix is a guy named Beau. Stuff happens. I don't know. Where do we start with this one?
You saw it more than once.
Saw it 3 times.
Oh wow!
That is 9 hours of Beau.
How would you describe this movie to people who are afraid to see it themselves? I know, right? I got a killer comedy bone today.
I think a lot of times movies like this get classed as a horror movie because people just don't know what to call it.
If it's uncomfortable, it's
I described it. Cause I was talking to a coworker today because I hadn't worked with her in a few weeks, and she was like, "You see any good movies?" And I was like, "Bro, I saw Beau is Afraid," and I described it to her as just an anxiety movie. But it's basically just this nightmarish journey of a man with like crippling anxiety trying to get from his place to his mom's place, but he keeps hitting every single possible snare, even ones you wouldn't even imagine, but they're all the ones that he imagines, and it's every worst case scenario. Yep. And I love it. It's perfect.
I saw Ari Aster do a Criterion Closet thing, and he described it as a movie where a man really needs to just come.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yes, that's very good.
He's also like, I'm here celebrating the release of Dungeons and Dragons. And I was like, this guy's fun. This guy's got jokes.
Funny.
What do you call? I don't think there's a name for this genre of movie, but it's you're sort of Truman Show. You're sort of Synecdoche, New York. You're sort of like. Character is in sort of this amalgamation of a world. Like, he's not just losing it, where, like, the world around him is being manufactured or something. Like, something in New York's not necessarily that, but I don't know. Well, I saw the Truman Show right after this, is what I'm saying, because I never saw the Truman Show ever before. And I was like, is there, like, a name for this type of movie? Because I don't want to spoil it, but, like, Beau is... The world is kind of out to get Beau. It's not just him.
It feels like the world is specifically trying to target and hurt this person.
Right, yeah.
And it is a little
Man versus society.
Yes, big man versus society.
Classic. There it is! That's the kind of movie it is. Great. But yeah, I don't know. I was hesitant to, because I don't like Joaquin Phoenix. I don't like him very much.
He does a lot of walking in this
movie.
movie.
He does a lot of walking in this movie. And I was also worried about the runtime, and I was worried about, is this Ari Aster just like cashing in all his chips and going all the way to something that's going to be unwatchable? But no, I think this is a funny movie. I think this is a wild movie. It used its runtime very well, but I don't think I'd watch it again just because, as much as I like it, I don't know if I'd like it as much to watch the 3-hour saga of it again, which Carrie did.
It's like with Midsommar for me, where like this is a very good movie, and I can appreciate a lot of it. It just doesn't like click with me in the same like Hereditary did. And I'd be open to a rewatch, but I want like years to pass so I can like.
The next time Ari Aster's got a movie coming out, maybe.
Because I still need to watch Midsommar because I want to watch the director's cut. But I don't know how to watch it without buying a $40 Blu-ray.
You can borrow mine if you
want. Okay, cool.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind watching it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Watched
well,
it since.
alright,
So yeah.
we can have a Midsummer night because every time I'm like, because I didn't like that movie
Yeah.
very much,
Yeah,
and I only
same.
I saw it twice in theaters because I went with a friend a second time, and I was like, I don't think I like this movie.
Yeah.
But as I thought about Midsummer more, I was like, I now that I understand what it was going for, and I've thought about it more critically, I appreciate it a lot more. But every time I'm like, should I rewatch it? I've been like, nah, I don't feel like it. But
I think the context of Midsummer, going into it, one, these expectations were really high, and you start that movie, and the first scene in that movie is incredible.
Yes.
And so you're like, here we fucking go, baby, here we go. And it's like, oh, okay, it's okay. It's not that.
it's not that.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan, what'd you think of this movie?
I like it, but it's one of those things where I can
Yeah.
appreciate what it's doing, but it just doesn't. It just feels so close to clicking with me, but it just doesn't like hit like the right spots. Like, I guess maybe if I had more mommy issues, maybe I'd like yeah, that's it, right? But like, I guess I don't, and that's good, right?
Yeah, that is good.
That is good. That's a healthy way to be. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff. I like a lot of individual adventures in this, but I don't know. It also just keeps going, and going and going.
I think
and going.
my favorite thing about it, and I think it is the ultimate, like, the first hour and a half of this movie will absolutely sucker in the normies into having a good time. Like, this is funny, and then
100%.
and then people are gonna get pissed.
Because it's basically broken into 4 chapters. So once we leave the Nathan Lane chapter, we just start to get weird.
Yeah.
I think that's when people start to... Because most of the reviews I've seen, like, a large majority of them have just been like, I don't know how to rate this movie, or I don't know how to react to this movie.
That.
I can't recommend this movie, but it's good.
That's how I felt about
think.
Midsummer.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I think this movie is awesome, and I just really love whenever movies are just super absurd and just like everything feels like a nightmare, and it plays with that logic so well that just everything goes the worst way possible.
I do, and I love that, and I love, like, I don't know, it's just refreshing after the Super Mario Brothers movie to see like something that's like long and creatively.
It's nice to see a movie.
It's nice to see a good movie, and like that's why, like, for movies that are like, you know, very split and like controversial and weird, like, I fucking love seeing those, because like I'll walk out and say, I hated that.
Yeah.
But awesome, I hate this thing. It's not like the Mario was like, I like that because like it's nothing.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like if you're interested in like just weird, if you love the craft of cinema, like, I don't know, it's just I do love cinema.
It's also a weird one for A24 because I mean, I don't know what the success for this movie is, because
I don't think it did very well.
it didn't do well.
So, yeah.
It did 10 million, which, to be fair, I don't know what would you expect for this movie?
A 3-hour movie that's like hard to market.
Like, everyone at A24 was like, we're gonna put all our A24 marketing energy to it, but this is a sell. This is hard fucking sell.
This was like their big sell of like
this
season.
Yeah.
So.
And I think everyone was like, listen, guys, this is all on us, because we told Avery, go make your fucking thing.
Right.
And he gave it to us, and sure enough, it's good, but it's not for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's try our best.
Right,
and you got $10 million. But yeah, but no one's talking about it around like a box office bum like they did like The Northman. So
yeah,
I don't know.
That's true.
So, I don't know. Anyways, I was afraid. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm ready for round 4.
Ryan.
Yes.
Inside.
I can't.
You stay inside a lot.
I do stay inside.
Damn.
Got him.
So that I'm really identified with this one. I'm gonna keep this short because like I also don't remember what this came out in, but like I just had to talk about this with you guys. But the general gist of this is Willem Dafoe is an art thief, and he goes to break into this artist's like high class like apartment. He gets in there and he's getting this stuff, and then something goes wrong with the security stuff, and he gets locked inside, and there is no way out. Allegedly, I have some issues with this. And you know, he's in the apartment, and there's like no water, no food, like no like resources to like sustain yourself. Which like I understand, because like from from my understanding of like how rich people are with who own multiple homes and apartments is for ones that aren't their main home, they have very little there. And also when you're rich, you just order takeout all the time, which I would love having that problem.
That sounds great.
Yeah,
It sounds
pretty
amazing.
good.
It sounds amazing. The fridge is like, nothing. I better order steak again. I don't know, I'm rich. It doesn't matter. But like all he has in his apartment is like art and like a fish tank and like plants. But like after the security system fails, like the AC goes to like blistering hot to blistering cold. The water doesn't run except for on the plant watering system, which is weird.
That's funny.
So the way it manages, like he has to manage his resources, is very strange. I mean, also the TV doesn't work except for the security camera channel, so he can watch people working in the apartment building, but he can't like communicate out or do anything much in, and it's just him going slowly insane, stuck in here. And I just take issue with this because the main thing, like he can't get out the front door because like it's a big like art piece door that like he can't open because he's like trying to chip at it, and it's like, listen, the door itself like is this hardy wood, but I feel like the doorknob, the thing that sticks the door to the wall, has got to be a lot easier to break than the wood. I don't know. I would try doing that, but he tries going for the wood. And it doesn't work, so he gives up on that. There's also a symbolic thing where there's a dead pigeon outside on the outdoor porch that's slowly decaying, and it's supposed to symbolize how he is also slowly decaying. There's clearly an outdoor porch. It's just a glass door. I feel like even with like really tough glass, if you are persistent, which you can be if you're stuck, he does not even attempt to do that. And I feel like getting out there would be the first step into like getting outside people to notice you and help you. His plan is to go up. Now tell me, if you were stuck in an apartment, would your plan to be go up or would it be any other direction? Because I feel like it would be every single other direction but up. Because there's a tall ceiling with a weird light. And he's like, if I can climb up there, I bet I can climb through that light and get out of here. And it's symbolism for something. Probably. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
If I know anything about Willem Dafoe, he's got a big thing for the lights.
He does like the lights. That is
likes
true.
to keep the light to himself. The keeper of the light.
But it's just like, I don't understand like the system that the environment that he's trapped in like is weird, and like the rules around are convoluted, and the decisions he makes are weird. There's a point where like he eats like the fish in the fish tank, and it's all gross and weird. But then afterwards, he eats the cans of dog food, and I feel like I would eat the dog food before I eat the live fish. Is that crazy to me?
I don't know.
You also don't like fish.
I also don't like fish.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's like, if I was starving, I would eventually, go there, obviously. But also, I feel like I would have gotten out of there. Because, like, there's a lot of ways he could have gotten out of there, but he was so committed to going up.
He's not an inside expert like you,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. And also, what's weird is, like, there's this giant, like, California king bed, but he doesn't sleep in it. He sleeps in the living room on, like, an assortment of blankets you brought out. It's very strange. I don't know. This is not a very good movie. I was very excited for it, but it makes very weird, strange decisions. And I think there was symbolism I was missing, because people really like this.
It almost sounds like he was the piece of art that was trapped inside this building.
No, I think it's just
he
a bad
was
movie.
the art.
I don't think I thought of that. I think it was just a bad
There's
movie.
just a
Gary.
feed somewhere displaying him. And it's
whoa.
an art
And
piece
the feed
about
is
the
peacock, and that's what I watched the movie on.
That's you. You're the art curator, and you're watching this performance art piece about the persistence of man. But he sucks.
Yeah, persistence of a dumb man who makes dumb decisions.
Persistence of idiocy.
Well, inside. Maybe don't check it out. On the cock, folks.
Nice.
Evil Dead Rise! I don't think this director has done anything, but Evil Dead Rise, new Evil Dead movie.
He did the hole in the ground.
I had this whole bit when I went to go see. It's this random horror movie
random
from
horror
a few
movie.
years ago.
Yeah.
But they did all the supplemental materials at Alamo, and I was like, oh yeah, the guy who made Hole in the Ground. And then I just kept joking with Ryan, and Greg was with us too, and I was like, Hole in the Ground. It's a movie about a hole in the ground. And
what was funny is, like, I couldn't remember a single thing happened in that movie, and neither could you. So I looked at my letterbox review, and it was just, wow, there certainly was a hole in the ground. And I was like, wow, this helped me so little. And Carrie, the review you made was pretty much the same amount of insightful information that gave us nothing to go off of in the movie.
Yep. But then when the events of the movie start happening and the kids are in the parking garage, there's one part where the kid walks over and he's like, oh my god, there's a hole. And I was like,
it's all connected.
But anyway.
I think this might be my favorite movie of the year so far.
Oh shit.
I fucking love this movie. This movie's awesome.
Holy shit.
I don't know why.
Go ahead.
It's great. It's Evil Dead.
Yeah.
It's just Evil Dead again, except it's an apartment this time. I love that.
I didn't like that part that much.
Oh, I thought that was fine.
I thought it was interesting.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's just like another, like, hey, we found a book.
They do love to find those books. And
love
reading it.
books.
We love reading it.
Except now we are
now
trapped.
It's bass boosted.
Yeah.
Yes! Except now we're trapped in an apartment with the crazy deadite people going around, and we gotta figure out how to do this and get out, and I love it. It's great. I love the family dynamic is very fun. I feel like we spend the perfect amount of time getting to know the family and the mom before things go wrong, to understand, their relationships and, what they're passionate about, and the relationship they have with the sister, who, has been away from the family for a while. There's also with just a little bit of, like, the neighbor stuff, so you can understand kind of like some outside stuff. And then it just gets crazy and weird and goofy and gross, and it's just fun. I don't know, man. It's just fun, and it gets weird, and just like with, Evil Dead 2013, it ends with, like, just some crazy nonsense that you're just like, oh, this is great. Because this was just pretty much just gross, and now it just is like, it's just weird now. It's like, oh, I love that so much. It's just fun, man. I don't know. I should watch Ash vs. Evil Dead. Maybe. I don't know.
I liked it. My biggest problem with it was a big baby. George is a big baby. Was like the coloring was all weird at Alamo. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, I don't like. I think they did a neat thing with the apartment stuff. But I just love the cabin in the woods. I'm sorry, can't beat it.
You can't beat it. That is the best place.
Yep.
It's funny how there's 5 Evil Dead movies, and 4 of them are all just a cabin in the woods for the most part.
But I liked the. I was gonna say, I felt bad. I had a bad. It just didn't. The whole, like, family, like, single mother sort of thing with the, like, because the main victims is this family, and they don't seem like bad people. So the fact that they get tortured by the Deadites and stuff, it's like,
it makes you sad.
It makes me sad a little bit. So it wasn't as fun. Not to be fair, like, not that in Evil Dead 2013 they're all shitty people, but they're just youths. I don't care.
Yeah,
they're not little kid family. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't,
But that's one thing I appreciate about this movie is, like, I don't like seeing that, but, like, the kids die.
It's certainly novel. It's certainly novel
in some horrible, horrible ways.
What was the thing? There was one bit that was especially that everybody in the theater. What was it? What was the one? I can't remember. What was the stunt that?
The cheese grater.
Yes, it was the cheese grater. It was the cheese grater. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't watch that both times. I knew I would not like that.
Yeah, it's nasty. But it wasn't as crazy as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I saw the end of it the second time I saw it, and I was like, okay,
it wasn't that crazy. It was just some very deep gashes, but still conceptually, very nasty.
And I think that's the other thing that I found a little disappointing was there wasn't as many of those moments.
Right.
Where it's just like the whole theater just like, ah! Where the first time I saw Evil Dead 2013. Again, it was just again not having any idea, and I think I saw when you watched the 4K version of Evil Dead 2013, you had the same review that was like that was one of the best movie experiences I've had, where it's just like nobody knows what this movie's got, how much 2013 committed to this being an Evil Dead movie, and just every set piece just like kept topping, just a bunch of people just be like just yelling.
It's great. It's.
And this didn't have that many, and that's kind of bummed me out. But Yeah, no, I think it's fine.
I feel like it's trying to balance like the gross seriousness of like 2013 with a little bit more of the goofy stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Because
definitely,
like there's
definitely.
the eyeball thing, which is just hilarious.
So funny.
Right, which is a criticism of the 2013 that people have, that it's like, it's really serious.
Yeah, so
Right.
they're trying to like strike a balance, but I don't know. I still think 2013 is the best Evil Dead movie.
I like it. Oh,
really
I like
good.
one. One's my favorite, but yeah, 13's pretty good.
I don't know. I need to rewatch all of them, but I feel similarly to George, where I just wasn't expecting as much of the goofiness, which I'm always open to goofiness, but I sort of was longing for that tenseness that I felt watching the 2013 one, and I never really felt that watching this one, which isn't a bad thing. It's just my expectations were off a little bit, but because nothing makes me feel that anymore. I'm jaded.
Yeah.
I've seen too much. I've seen Beau is Afraid 3 times.
Yeah. You want to watch something and like really feel gross.
Yeah,
out
I want to
again.
feel bad. And
Yeah.
this didn't make me feel bad. Maybe that's a me.
By the way,
Yeah.
Carrie, what was the movie that got you over the edge? Because I remember the first time I showed you Evil
yeah,
Dead,
I was not
you
about
are
it.
not having a good time
No,
at all.
yes. It was Bone Tomahawk.
Oh,
Oh, that would. I haven't seen that, but that would do that.
That movie's hilarious. I was like, wait a minute. This is hilarious. Yeah, no, I used to be very averse to gore, but
Look at me now.
yeah, but yeah, no. now I've seen it all, but yeah, Bone Tomahawk was the one where I was like, hold on, that was hilarious.
I like that the lead actress, the mom, seemed like she was having a good time
Mhm.
being possessed. She seemed to be having fun. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. I'll probably buy it when it comes out in 4K
I
just to
probably
have
would
it.
too. It's a good movie. I
It's
liked it
very
a lot.
fun.
Yeah. Apparently,
I'm glad it did well because it seems like they're gonna just do a bunch of Evil Dead movies.
that's a
now.
lot of money. It made
Yeah.
a lot.
And like this is a franchise that like has existed for a long time, but like no one's like milked it,
No.
which is crazy to me. in
And it's
this world
bounced
we live
around
in.
so many parts. Like,
Yeah.
this is a. I don't even know how New Line and Warner Brothers wound up with.
No, because it was
Sony used to
it was-
have it.
It was supposed to be a Max.
That's what I heard. It was going to be a
Yeah.
Max thing. And then someone was like,
Right.
it test screened so well. They were like,
I think Bruce Campbell was like, I want to put this in theaters, and then like Warner Bros. Was like, we're not doing. We're
sure.
not doing this HBO Max thing anymore because the Discovery.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That works out for us because we thought this would be great on theaters. It did very well in theaters.
Man, it's getting an actual physical release, which is nice.
I love
Sick.
that. Yeah, I would love
Barbarian,
like,
still no
I would
physical.
love an Evil
Right.
Dead movie every like 2 years. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. There you go. Evil Dead Rise. Check it out. Which is, I don't know. There's. Do you think like horror hasn't been? It feels like there's just a bigger audience for horror. Like these Scream movies are doing wild numbers,
Mhm.
and this did wild numbers. I don't know. It's just I'm wondering if there's a thing where like I mean we love horror obviously, but it's like
Yeah.
as the audience become more bigger, I don't know. Because when you compare the numbers for 2013 to the Rise, it's like
yeah.
fucking
Right.
crazy. Like blew it out of the water. And I was like, surely 2013 did very well because I remember I loved it. And I was like, no, it did whatever.
I think it did fine for like what it
Yeah.
was, but like I don't know. And plus like Evil Dead like hasn't been like a franchise for like a while now, and I feel like a lot of people who saw this like this was probably the only Evil Dead movie they
That
ever
they've
saw,
seen, yeah.
and that's cool. So there definitely has to be like a resurgence in like horror stuff with the youths. Maybe
Yeah.
the TikTok is really pushing
I
horror
don't know.
movies or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but then we get Skin in a Ring.
That is true.
I like
appreciate
Skinamarink.
I appreciate Skinamarink.
I will be buying a physical copy of Skinamarink.
I will be doing that too.
Well, I'll go fuck myself.
Good. That's all the movies. A quick thing I want to shout out because it is an A24 production and it does have wonderful people in it is Beef on Netflix starring Ali Wong and wonderful Steven Yeun. That is a good ass television show.
It's a very good TV show.
That is a good television program.
What if Unhinged was 8 hours and there was 2 of
Yes,
them?
yes, it's like what if The Last of Us Part 2, but like suburban and like 'cause that's what it reminded me of, like The Last of Us Part
Yes.
2. But yeah, Beef, check it out, it's very good. Anyways, that's April, folks. A lot of stuff there. May, summertime, folks. Movies are back. It's summer.
Are they? There's not a lot.
Well, not for May, but like it seems like there's enough big stuff in May, and then we got what's in June, which again we're not.
June seems a bit bigger.
Like there's stuff coming out at a regular pace
Yeah.
that.
I think there's a lot of big boys in this month. I think that's probably why it's not like crowded.
Well, I was gonna make a joke, but it's 2 movies down. So
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, definitely not a movie I have seen twice by now.
Ah,
I don't have any opinions on it.
I've only seen it once.
Do you think it'll have No Sleep Till Brooklyn? I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? Carrie might like that movie.
I think if I were to watch that movie and then have opinions about it and could say that Carrie might like that movie,
Yeah.
I think this future version of me would say that.
All I'll say about this movie that I haven't seen once is Carrie might like it.
Great. Knights of the Zodiac, also known as the Saint Seiya live-action movie.
I guess.
We
saw this in front of Suzume and we were like,
what the fuck was that?
Watching?
It was like, what? I don't know what it was.
I still don't know what it is.
So it is a live action. It is before I even looked it up, I was like, this is reminding me of Dragon Ball Evolution. Mm-hmm. And then I learned that
Speaking of a writer's strike.
Speaking of a writer's strike. This is a live action adaptation of the classic anime Saint Seiya, which is like very old time. It's had a lot of adaptations, and they just call it Knights of the Zodiac. And apparently Saint Seiya, huge in Latin America, or Mexico specifically. I had no idea. I think because it was one of those early animes that it got syndication like in Mexico and it had a Spanish dub, and it's such a big deal over there. And so like, because when I looked up stuff, I kept getting stuff from Mexican websites that were covering it in Spanish.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And what it said was like, Knights of the Zodiac and Nuevo Dragon Ball Evolution. And so I was like, okay, so no, it's not going well for this movie.
Okay, good.
Anyways, Knights of the Zodiac, a movie that exists, and now me and Ryan would have no idea unless we saw Suzume.
Oh, that trailer was insane.
Like, what is this?
It's like when you're watching a movie and someone is watching a movie.
Yes,
in the movie,
100%.
And it's like, whoa, Knights of the Zodiac. It's like, that would be a fake movie.
Book club, next chapter.
I didn't know there was the first chapter.
Bro, come on now.
The normie movies are gonna save us, folks.
That's true. I will be seeing this
With your
my
mom.
She let me borrow her Book Club 1 DVD, and I watched it a couple weeks ago when that was the first day I stayed home sick. I was like, all right, time to watch Book Club. And if you don't know, Ryan, it's about these 4 ladies who have a book club, and then one month, one of them is like, what if we read 50 Shades of Grey? Instead of like all the normal old lady books they've been reading. And then the first movie is just how them reading 50 Shades of Grey manifests in each of their lives. Like one of them, her husband has died and she's trying to get back out there. One of them is divorced and she's trying to start dating. One of them has never been married, but there's a man from her past who kind of shows back up. And then one of them is currently married, trying to spice up her marriage. Okay. So it's just how reading a big old sex book and liking it affects their lives.
This one is...
This is the sequel where they go to Italy.
Oh! So not related to the book at all.
And it's Diane Keaton, Jane Fonda, Mary Steenburgen. So it's like, it is a 80 for Brady sort of deal. Like,
exactly.
Like, these more mature women, like, it is, yeah.
It's like, oh my.
Yeah, exactly. It's very much just like old ladies making sex jokes. Yeah. So if you like that kind of thing, it was a cute movie.
$100 million the first one. $100 million. 10 times of what Beau is Afraid did. 100.
That makes
what the hell?
100 million USD.
Yep, that makes sense.
35 million in other territories. I didn't know that book club would be big in other territories. It seems like a very United States sort of thing, but...
Is there another... in Spanish, is book club the newest...
I don't know.
80 for Brady.
Is book club the next chapter, the next 80 for Brady?
Let me see if we got box office for this yet.
Yeah, because it's out right now. Me and my mom are probably going to go next week sometime. So, I'll keep y'all updated.
Mary Steenburgen. Pretty good looking, is all I gotta say.
I don't remember which one she is. I only remember Jane Fonda and Diane Keaton.
Well, Master Gardener.
It's the new Paul Schrader movie. Who's excited? It's got Joel Edgerton.
Oh, it does.
I hear it's about a sad man who journals just like his last 2 movies.
It's got Sigourney Weaver in it.
It's playing at the Alamo right now, but I don't know if I'll get a chance to see it, but I want to.
That sure is a poster. Oh.
Yeah, there he is. He's the master gardener. But I hear it's about a man who is a master gardener, but has like a bit of a past.
Oh.
And Sigourney Weaver is like his boss. Like she owns the garden or something.
Remember The Gift?
Yes.
That was a good movie.
That movie's awesome.
I never rewatched that.
Rebecca Hall.
Fuck, she is in that.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I don't know why, but this is a movie that we didn't add to the list, but Blackberry came out this
Oh,
month.
yeah. I need to watch that.
I want to watch this. I've heard it's insane.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll watch it with you tomorrow if there's a showing.
Oh, cool. Sure. Why not?
Oh, well, also, I need to make time to watch the next movie. Fast X.
Fast
Oh, boy.
X.
But before that, Blackberry, I'm getting like Social Network vibes, but about Blackberry?
Yeah, I'm very interested. As someone who like loves like
The Blackberry.
weird. Well, I love like weird tech.
Oh, yeah, me too. Love that shit.
I watched a video on the.
Here's an hour and a half video on the rise and fall of this weird tech product.
Yes.
Fucking sign me up. Let's order lunch. Let's cook it.
Yeah, I love that shit. It's so much fun. But yeah, Fast X, George. How excited are you?
Well, first of all,
Are you-
this has Carrie Elways, and that's all, and Michael Ironside. Fast X. I've said it before when I saw Fast 9 that like these movies have sort of lost the plot, and I'm very much as Donald Trump. I'll keep drinking that garbage. Yeah, like I'll watch it. I have no expectations for it. I'm sure I'll have some fun moments, but it's just kind of noise now. But it's a noise I know. Yeah.
It's weird how like
Also, it's supposed to be the start of a new trilogy.
Mhm.
I'm like,
that's crazy. Because originally it was just gonna be this one, and it was gonna be a two.
one more, yeah,
And then now
it's
it's like
trilogy.
nope.
But nobody's having fun making them, as I understand.
Oh no.
As I understand, like,
I guess I think just because.
but he's a huge diva. He's a
Yes.
huge diva about it.
He's a huge even very controlling of it too.
He made what's
But-
his name? The director,
the last director, right?
the director of these movies.
Justin Lin?
Yes, like they've had a huge falling out because
Yeah.
it's like Vin Diesel is insufferable.
Yeah, and that's how like Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Well, yeah.
left.
I don't care about that because Hobbs and Shaw was bullshit and nobody
Yeah.
gives a shit. Fuck you. Make your own dumb movie nobody gives a shit about. It's great. Nobody cares about
But
that movie.
it's big like he just because like didn't he originally like leave these movies?
He left because they all left because they all thought they were bigger than them.
Yeah.
And then turns out, nope,
Yeah.
you are not.
And then like did they
Justin Lin came and saved them
Yeah.
and fixed it.
But
And
now
then
Vin Diesel's like these are my movies.
exactly.
Yeah.
The movies.
The movies.
My movies.
My movies.
So that sucks. I don't know what Justin Lin's out doing now. Because he did that. He did one Star Trek movie.
It's interesting though. Like these movies, they like, they existed in the 2000s. And they just did well enough to like keep getting sequels, but then they blew up.
They blew up.
And now it feels like they're slowly falling.
They're just
again.
like sequel because they make so much money.
Yeah.
At a certain point, that's like momentum, right? It's like it's the like
Like did Fast 9 do well? Because I know
sure it did well.
Because like Furious 7 like blew up, and I think Fate of the Furious like did pretty well off the back end of that.
Yeah,
but wasn't received
it
as
was
well.
it was not good.
But I just don't know if Fast 9.
I didn't like. Let's look up.
F9,
Let's look
my
at this.
favorite-
There's no way to know.
My favorite
There's
keyboard
no
key.
way to know. What was I gonna say? But yeah, it's so 726 million USD. That seems like a dip. That seemed like a dip.
I feel like Furious 7 made $1 billion.
Yeah, like these are $1 billion movies.
Yeah.
Yes, 8 did $1.2 billion. So it's a substantial dip.
That is a big dip, yeah. So I wonder.
It's weird they're doing
Also,
3 more.
The tagline, "The end of the road begins." That's not very good. I don't like that. It's really stupid. I understand why.
And they've gone
This is not
so
very
long.
good.
They've gone so long. They brought back Jordana Brewster, who is the actress who plays Jordana Brewster in The Faculty. She was the mean lady.
Oh.
I like Jordana Brewster in that movie. She looks really good. And she's nice. But she's the wife of the character who oh my god, I just forgot his name, who passed away.
Oh, Paul Walker?
Paul Walker, yes.
Yeah.
Her character plays his wife.
So
And she came back in the last movie. And
Okay.
she's like, and when there was like, hey, where is the character who played Walker? Oh, like, you know what? He can't get in his life anymore. He's actually retired. Because they never killed him off. He just went up, literally
I've seen
went
the
up
scene.
into the sunset.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. Like, why'd you... It just feels sad. Like, just let them have their happy life. Why'd you have to bring them back? Whatever.
I feel like Vin Diesel's controllingness is definitely like they're gonna bring that character back as like all CGI again.
His brother, they're gonna get Paul Walker's brother to come back in.
Yeah, and like for that movie, like it made sense because like I haven't seen them, but like he died halfway through making it.
Yes.
And they
not even actually. They didn't start yet. It was like right after 6 came out. It was like right after.
I thought they had started filming because they had some scenes.
They might have some scenes, but it was super early, so I understand.
Okay. But yeah, then they like retooled it and like took their time making, because I've heard like the CGI on it is like very good, which
it is pretty good.
As we've seen from like a bunch of Disney stuff, they love making gross old people come back from the dead who look horrible.
Also, probably the best send off to an actor who's passed away.
Yeah.
Probably ever.
Yeah.
Probably
it's
ever.
Very nice.
It's incredible.
But I feel like Vin Diesel just wants like he's obsessed with like
it's all he's got.
It's
all
like
he
he feels like this man is still alive because of these movies, because he feels very like an insane person. I'll say it. Vin Diesel seems like he's crazy.
Anyways,
Vincent Diesel.
Fast 5, 6, 7, and Tokyo Drift. Check them out. I'll watch 10. I'll keep drinking that garbage. Sanctuary. I remember what this was, and I don't remember it anymore.
This is Margaret Qualley of Death Stranding fame.
Yes.
And what's his name?
We
the guy
love Mama.
from... yeah, she's Mama. Christopher Abbott. And she plays a dominatrix, and they are locked together in a hotel room, I think, and it's just like him and a dominatrix.
And Willem Dafoe is trying to dig up from the apartment below.
But it gave me big piercing vibes.
Yes,
because
I like
it's
that
the
movie.
same dude as well. But I love that movie, so I'm like, let's do that again.
Blonde wig looks pretty good on her.
It did remind me of piercing, and I love Margaret Qualley, so I want to see this.
It looks good.
Do you love Margaret Qualley? I think she's fine.
I love her.
He's always talking about Margaret
Qualley.
Qualley.
Listen,
he loves Mama.
I love Mama. She was very good at Maid on the Netflix show. That's very sad, where she's a maid.
I didn't see it.
Also, Mama died pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Became Locke or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I finished that game.
We're probably gonna see the trailer for Death Stranding 2 next week.
Oh,
that's awesome.
I'm excited to see where
shit.
DS2.
DS2.
They haven't. He hasn't said. He hasn't called it DS2.
DS2.
Anyways, should we have connected? Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, what a good video game. The Little Mermaid.
Boo.
Yeah, this looks bad.
That's the thing, right? Like, I hate to be on the booing team, but guys, it just doesn't
really
look good.
It doesn't look very good, and
also, I like parts of The Little Mermaid, but it's probably it's a little bit of a boring Disney movie.
I loved it when I was a kid, but
I tried to rewatch it 2 weeks ago, and I was like, this is kind of boring.
As a little girl who liked to sing a lot, I was
like,
oh
collecting
God,
things.
I love to collect garbage and sing. But, so I was like, this is perfect. But me and Greg are currently on a rewatching animated Disney movies journey. We started at the beginning. We just watched.
What's the beginning?
Snow White.
Yeah.
And we just we made it up to The Rescuers. We watched that yesterday.
Oh, that's a good
I had
one.
never seen that one. And I had no idea that the lady in that, Madame Medusa, the villain, I was like, this is my new favorite Disney villain. She's amazing.
It's pretty good.
She's like a swamp-dwelling gorilla.
So that is in the 80s?
That was 77.
Okay, so that's right before they come back with their big stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, we're in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I liked The Little Mermaid a lot when I was a little girl. I liked the sequel a lot when I was a little girl. But
Like that daughter.
Yeah, where her daughter lives on the land but wants to be a mermaid.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm bummed. I was hoping. I thought like all this hubbub, all this discourse about this movie was like, I want to watch the original, and then I watched it. I was like, it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
It's just I just get so bored by it. He's like, oh, it's a Little Mermaid. Okay. I haven't seen that movie. You're right. Actually, I haven't. But like that's everyone else. I'm speaking for everyone else here. But like I don't know, it's just so boring. Like just them doing
Right.
this all the time.
No, yeah, it doesn't.
And it's like when will it stop? Are they going to
Never.
remake The Lion King again in live action? Like what? At what point?
I'm glad everybody.
I'd love it if they did because the Black Cauldron bombed.
That'd
and
be great if they
destroyed them.
redid that.
If they redid that, that'd be interesting.
That would be interesting.
If they redid the weird stuff, I'd be like, okay, cool, because you can actually
There's Oliver and Company.
you can actually fix things that people didn't like or adjust them in interesting ways. But then it's like Fish the Little Mermaid.
Do we know what's the next one of these that's gone down the pipe?
I can.
They're doing a Moana. A live
Oh yeah,
action
they are doing Moana 5
for some
years
reason.
after.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is.
Christ.
It's Lilo and Stitch, which
Oh,
sucks.
that's gonna be ass.
It sucks confirming that I saw it last Christmas. I was like, this movie is incredible.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch.
Holy
It's also,
shit!
it's also
So fucking
very
good.
different from a lot of the
Yeah.
other Disney stuff. So it just sucks that they're.
It's also
doing
the
that.
most they weren't even trying to do representation of Southeastern Asian Pacific people, and they just did it perfectly.
Yeah,
and they just
yeah.
knocked it out of the park. And now they're gonna stumble on some a banana peel and fuck it up somehow.
There was a Disney Plus Peter Pan and Wendy.
Yes, that came
by
out.
the Green Knight guy,
David Lowery,
which is
made-
insane.
Well, I think because he did Ghost Story, and then he did Pete's Dragon, I think,
Oh,
and
Oh,
then he did Green Knight.
fuck.
So I think that's just his business model.
Jesus.
He's like, I'll do my weird ass shit, and then I'll get some money, and then I'll do bigger weird
Pete's
ass
Dragon
shit.
is the most Disney Plus movie in a world where Disney Plus did not exist.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I never saw that one, but I heard it was good, and I heard a few people say that Peter Pan and Wendy was okay.
But they're movies that nobody's watching, is that my point being.
Oh, next year they're doing Snow White with Rachel Zegler.
Oh right, yeah, the girl
Yes.
from West Side Story.
Yeah.
And,
Shazam too.
I was gonna say
Shazam
music. But no.
music.
Yeah.
No, that's Maddie's.
Yeah, I know. That's why. I was like, no.
George.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I keep doing this to her. I'm sorry.
And according to this list, also next year is that Mustafa Lion King from Barry Jenkins. Have you heard of this? Barry Jenkins, Moonlight Guy, is making a Mustafa Lion King movie.
You Mustafa?
Mufasa.
Mufasa, that's it.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
That's a great movie.
Lion King's pretty
It's
good.
a great movie.
That's
No,
like-
I have seen it. I just saw it. I just don't care about it.
Oh, that's
That's fair. It's a good movie. Anyways, that's it. That's May, folks. Definitely haven't seen some of these movies. There's not a lot, actually, huh?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Not a lot.
I don't know. I'm in a rut.
Max comes out in May, folks. Everybody's gonna be watching Max.
That is
that's
true.
true.
We're all gonna be watching Max.
Are they gonna do a live action of that Fox Robin Hood that people became furries over?
Oh, maybe.
I didn't. Other people.
That's
did.
coming
I
up.
never-
That's coming up in your list. Or have you
We already watched it.
Okay.
I had never seen it when I was a kid, and I was like, "This is kind of boring,"
Yeah,
but
well.
it's fine.
It opened a lot in a lot of people I've heard.
Yeah. But then immediately after Robin Hood was Wonderful Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which was a masterpiece.
That is a good one.
It was very nice.
That's
Yeah.
very
I
good.
was like, finally, a good movie.
Well, anyways, Ryan Lance.
Yeah.
Where can folks find you for your opinions of motion pictures?
If you go to letterboxd.com and look for the user Film Piece, that is me. I've been playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom, so I've not watched a movie in a long time, which is very weird for me because I watch too many movies.
I haven't played enough of Tears of the Kingdom.
With my allergies and also playing that, my eyes are really pissed at me.
Carrie, where can folks find your motion picture opinions? Are you chronicling on Letterboxd your Disney adventure?
I haven't
check
been reviewing all of them, and I haven't been like rating them mostly. I've just been given hearts, and I gave Pooh 5 stars, and I gave Alice in Wonderland. I had already rated Alice in Wonderland 4.5 stars, so I was like, I won't change that. But I've been throwing up some jokey joke reviews now and then. I think I missed one. I think I forgot to log like Peter Pan or something.
I feel like when I watch like really old movies, it's hard for me to like rank, like give them like a numerical value because like this is so different from like what I like have experienced in film.
Mm-hmm.
When it's like because if I watch those 4, I'm just like, clearly Nosferatu is brilliant for its time, but like,
yeah, exactly.
how am I going to like compare that?
Yeah, the only
I don't know.
yeah, because like I didn't love Snow White, but
Yeah.
obviously Snow White's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know, but
Yeah,
I'll give it a heart.
How
I
do I
don't know.
compare this to?
The only one that I flat out have like so far where I've been like that sucked is Bambi. Bambi fucking sucks.
I've heard that from people.
Fuck Bambi.
I've never seen
It's
Bambi.
so boring.
I know I've never seen Bambi.
Yeah, don't. It's
I don't give a
stupid.
crap.
It's really. You saw Rise Blood
I
Hunter?
did. I watched that with my friend Chris. He picked it. It was crazy. It was hilarious. I think you'd love it.
Okay. Point being, I was gonna say, the whole Disney, their old business model that they used to put stuff in the vault and then put it on VHS is so weird to me because when I was a kid, they marketed Lady and the Tramp like a brand new movie.
Yeah,
It's like
I remember
fucking
that.
ancient. It's like
Right,
fucking old
yeah.
as shit. Anyways, 101 Dalmatians. It's a good movie.
Yeah, we watched that
That's
one. I
great.
love that one. Yeah, that one was great.
Great movie.
I didn't remember that one very
Love those
well,
small
so I
dogs.
didn't remember where like the rest of the dogs came from. So I was
Yeah,
like,
just the place.
I was like, that's only 15. So I was,
yeah,
but
good movie. Love that
good.
movie.
Yeah, like I said, my favorite so far has been Winnie the Pooh, Alice
It's
in
that little
Wonderland.
dog that's hungry all the time.
The surprise one for me that I was like, I did not expect to be this entertained by this was Pinocchio, oddly. It's
pretty
I
good.
was like, Pinocchio kind of slaps.
You can find me on J. Cruz Alvarez 26. Will I watch Blackberry or Fast X first? Who can say? Who knows? I have, when I moved to this new house, I got a year of Disney Plus somehow.
Nice.
And so sometimes I'm like, I want to watch some old stuff, but then I'm like, I don't like Disney that much.
I get Disney Plus through my friend, because he uses my Netflix, so he gave me his Disney Plus, and I had never used it very much, because, get this, Disney has Disney movies and Marvel movies and Star Wars movies, and I'm like, well, there's nothing here for me.
Nothing here for me, I'm out of here.
But, so this is the most use I've gotten out of Disney Plus, and you know it's gonna be a good one when it throws up the this is an old cartoon with some old stuff that isn't okay anymore, but if we suppressed it, that would be worse card. That's when you know you're gonna get something spicy.
You can watch Renovations, which is Jeremy Renner
I've seen
renovating stuff,
I saw that.
which I was like, that's not real. I'm
That
out
sounds
of
like
here.
something that would be on the Jeremy Renner app.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what? Didn't we cancel him also?
Yeah, but then
he got canceled in real life by that snowplow.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're all sad for him, even though he bit his child's ear.
Yes, that's what he did.
Which
Yeah.
is insane.
Like, wasn't he psycho?
Like in fucking Snow Dogs?
Yes.
When Cuba Gooding Jr. has to bite the dog's ears
I
to
don't
train
know.
them. Excuse me.
Snow Dogs on Disney
I don't
Plus.
know anything about-
Check it out.
Sound of Music is obviously not on Disney Plus, right?
That's a Fox.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I think-
Oh, they own Fox. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why?
No, Sound of Music is a Disney thing, right?
I think so.
It's own Fox. It's Fox, but they own it now. So
You
No,
take
because that song was played on that ride for years at Disney World, and people were like, you should stop playing that song all the time because it's from that really horrible movie that's just about a slave being like, I love being a slave.
Sound of Music.
Not Sound of Music. Sound of the South.
yeah, Sound of Sound. I was like, what?
Song of the South. Yes.
Yes, Greg looked for it. Not
No,
there.
it's not on there. No,
Okay.
it's not on there. So you have to find a DVD.
I am interested. I've never
Is it
heard
went to
of
DVD?
anyone who's seen it, but
Probably be expensive.
I wonder if it even went to DVD.
Oh,
I
right.
maybe it's
just
I don't know.
VHS.
Maybe.
I feel like that's probably just on YouTube because no.
Yeah.
Oh, they are that. Yeah. Nobody
But
wants.
yeah,
They don't
no,
want.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, Splash
Yeah.
Mountain got rebranded.
Splash Mountain got rebranded. Yeah.
Anyways, that's a podcast. Until next time, bye bye.